Hey everybody, it's Friday, April 10th. It's Friday, April 10th. This is Pray Trade Repeat. I'm Brian. I bought one of these TikTok car visor holder cameras for the holders, and wow, it's pretty incredible actually. Look at this. I like it. I like it a lot better than the way I usually make videos. Anyway, so stock market today, Friday, April 10th, 2026. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Well, let me zoom out a little bit. I'm talking about a few stocks as usual. I mean, I'm not very excited. I think, honestly, I've been talking about LAES, BCYC, SOUN, SOUN, SoundHound AI, and IXHL. And, IXHL had a little bit of a day today. They had a double bottom, and they closed the day most likely over $3, probably like $3.10. I haven't looked. I'm just taking a stab at the air right now. That's most likely what they closed at because looking at their chart, which I'm trying to the IXHL chart is like a girlfriend that breaks up with you that she tells you it's over, and you keep calling her. So that's kind of where IXHL is with me right now. That's kind of what I think about it. I'm not a fan of it anymore. I think it's been mismanaged. The PR was mismanaged the entire way. The way that the company did not communicate with shareholders was pretty disrespectful, and they pretty much everything they've done and every way that they've acted in the entire time has been abusive and manipulative and just downright nasty. So I won't be buying back into that stock again. Even on a day like today, where you can see a double bottom formed, it pushed through resistance, went back through 3.19. It probably closed at 3.10. And now it's going to make another move, most likely. When you see that, most likely on Monday, it's going to make another move up. And it's finally going to make its move back to 350, 360. Unless, some other crazy event that makes no sense happens, which, is typical for that stock. Anyway, LAES, which I love that stock. I love the stock. It's like one of these, a lot of people say it's like NVIDIA, if you're buying NVIDIA at $2, would you buy NVIDIA at $2? Of course, right? That's what this is. So you have Warren Buffett always says, he laughs, and you always see those videos of him just laughing out loud, saying at the people that think that they're gonna map out support and resistance, and then they're going to map out support and resistance, and then they're going to tell you, what's a good entry, etc. I do that a lot. I have a lot of charts. I like the charts. I don't know. I kind of get it's kind of a cathartic experience for me to chart out stuff, to use trend lines, support, resistance, and try to get an idea where price is going. But the reality is, if you think, like Warren Buffett says, he's the master. If you think a stock is trading for less than it's valued at, then it's a good buy. So anyway, with LAES, obviously it's a semiconductor company. It makes quantum-enabled semiconductors. It does quantum cryptography. I'm just waving traffic along in LA. People are so stupid and annoying when they're driving in Los Angeles, including me. I mean, I'm making a TikTok video while I'm driving. But anyway, so yeah, LAES is a quantum it's a semiconductor company. It's basically the answer for all of the problems that we're starting to see with securing the Internet of Things, software, all AI, all of it, everything is up for grabs right now with the quantum technology and with quantum as a whole, because now all these encryptions can be broken. So this company LAES, it's SEALSQ, SEALS, like a seal. SEALSQ is an excellent buy right now. I believe the market closed at $2.09 per share. Which for that stock, you have about, on paper they say they have 185 million shares, but clearly, the company's been dumping shares all week. They dumped shares all week into every surge this week. I I don't have to tell you guys this every day. I think March 16th, they had $125 million direct registered offering. You think that would be enough cash? It wasn't. They then, activated their at the market again. They had used $45 million of that $100 million at the market when they activated again this week. And, you say, Brian, how do you know they activated it? You don't know that. It could be shorting. That's shorting. You could see on the charts. One thing that, you can see on charts is the red waterfalls. So when you see red waterfalls day after day after day, these just long red candles, these long red waterfall candles, usually the three or four at a time, that's how you know that you have the at the market is being used. So I have a road rager behind me. So you can see these red waterfalls on the chart. So on LAES all week long, and so all of the great deals that you see with that stock, everybody's, you're looking at that stock all week, and you're saying, okay, this is a semiconductor company. It's going to be worth like $400 a share one day, and you have it trading at $2.09. You say to yourself, this is a good deal. And then you start to take a position. You start to try to map it out, and also, map out and try to time the bottom on it, right? And then what you see is, the ATM and the at the market sitting there just waiting for you to time the market on it. It knows exactly what you're doing. It's it's not stupid. It knows that people are exactly what everyone's doing. It knows. Anyway, so that's what's been going on with that stock, and they keep selling into any surges that they're all basically all retail investors that continue to buy the stock at those prices, thinking that that's a great deal. Well, they don't think it's a great deal. They have an active at the market right now, and until that stops, you're going to see that continuing. So you have again, on paper, 185 million shares outstanding-ish, right? That's not really the case. Jesus Christ, I fucking hate living in LA sometimes. Anyway, so that's not really the case. You have a lot more shares. That's what I'm trying to get the point out, God damn it. But you have a lot more than that. So you're looking at about 300 million shares, most likely. I mean, that's a rough, big average, maybe less. All right, let's say 240, 250. That's probably more like it. You're seeing price go down. So the days of like it trading at $3.50 are kind of over for now. Not to mention you have the warrant overhang in the 5, 6, 7. You got all those warrants because of all the raises that they've done and all the money that they've made. You got 8, and you probably have it at 10, 11. You got warrants everywhere. You know what I mean? So you have this narrative of massive dilution, and that allows algorithm shorts and market makers to continually push the stock down. And no matter what happens, no matter how good the news are. So, this is an interesting stock, like I said, going back to what Buffett says, he says, well, if you think a company is worth a lot less, I agree with him. I agree with Warren Buffett. However, he's also talking about good companies that are trading over $5 for a long period of time. They're not doing equity raises. They don't have warrants at every dollar level. So I don't know. It's kind of a tough decision I have to make with that stock. BCYC, I like it, but it's kind of a binary catalyst event. You know what I mean? They have this April 17th, Bicycle Therapeutics. It's BCYC. They have this upcoming catalyst where they're going to present their bicycle, which is a figure 8. It's like the shape of a bicycle, Bicycle Therapeutics. It's a radio conjugate peptide. And what that does is it's a heat-seeking missile for cancer cells. It finds the cancer flags, it sees the flag, and it goes into the cancer cell and releases a toxin to kill the cancer cell. That's called, and there's a lot of this happening, and there's many companies doing this, but this company has $648 million in cash. It's backed by the Baker brothers, which are billionaires, and this is a good investment at that rate. People have it anywhere from $10 to $15 to $30 per share. Good luck.